Okay. So maybe she's just coming to listen.
Mm-hmm. I think. Mm. Okay.
We got Vespertine. Are you interested in a mini reading tonight? If so, raise up. They are. Okay. I got you down.
I'll just give it a few minutes before we get started. Yeah, so the whole thing, let me share this too.
Hi, Mary Jean. I know you're muted and you can't speak, but I just want to say hi to Mary Jean.
Okay.
So, Kathy, who do you have in order so far?
Okay.
Hi, Robin.
Oh, hello, Robin.
Hey,
Hi.
Robin.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, honey.
Okay. Getting my sage lit right now, and
Yeah, I got mine lit too. Who do you have in order so far, Kathy?
Tamia and Vespertine.
okay.
So we have 3 more openings tonight. If anyone wants to raise their hand in order, and I'll jot them down.
Yeah.
So
So
Mary Jean will be third.
the readings,
And boom. Okay, I got you, boom.
Ooh.
So there's only one more lucky person left.
Okay. So yeah, tonight we're gonna do some look deep dive. Well, not deep dive, but we'll do some prenatal readings. Some things I'm gonna say tonight you might already know. But some things you might not know about yourself, but everything is encoded in our soul's journey from when we incarnated into this plane. So it's interesting to kind of hear it from a total stranger. That, but. I do offer these private sessions where we go a lot deeper into what I'm talking about now, and it covers all aspects of your life, from what you're supposed to do to what you're doing now to how you're doing things, and even goes into more of the galactic side and to where your soul has journeyed and your soul tribe and what star seed you may be, etc. So, and I go really deep into those private sessions, and I honestly, it's pretty much an hour and a half worth of so much information. So I encourage anybody that really wants to know more about where they where the universe has in store for them in their charts to really dig into that. Also, if you when you come up here, if you want a tarot session, or Stacey, are you also offering Reiki?
Yes, I'm offering Reiki.
Okay.
If you would want to like to do a spirit releasement, if you think you have attachments, I can do that for you. We could do a tarot card reading. If you have like a simple question, I could look into that, and also could do oracle card for you also.
Okay, that's
Well,
awesome.
yeah.
And she
Variety.
also offers the services too, guys. So if you want uh, a session done, a Reiki session done, or attachments removed, or tarot reading, she does offer private sessions too. I think for the price of a haircut. So really cool. All right. Let's get this started. So when you come up, I just need to know your birthday, your time you were born, and your location of where you were born at. And then I would just need a few minutes just to look at your chart.
Okay, and Tamia, you are unmuted. You could give Brad your information.
Hi. What did you need again?
Oh, I just need your birthday, the time you were born, and the location you were born in.
My birthday is the 16th of January, 1997.
Okay.
The time I was born was 10 to 10 at night.
Okay.
And I was born in the United Kingdom.
London?
Yeah, London.
Okay. All right, cool. 1 second here. Let me look this up.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And Tamara, do you know of everything that I listed while ago as far as a Reiki session, a spirit releasement, a tarot card or oracle card, which you might like?
Can I have the tarot card, please?
Tarot card. Okay. Do you have a question?
I actually don't know.
Okay. I can try to do just what you need to know, grow, and let go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here. Interesting. Okay. Okay. All right. Interesting. All plants are in your fourth house. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3. Wow, 6 planets in your fourth house. Okay. I just had to glance at it a little bit just to know a few things. So the first thing that comes to mind looking at your charts, Emil, was the fact that I keep hearing the word rock, like you're a solid person for your family, like you're really a family person right now. And I don't. Maybe it's because you have 6 planets in your fourth house, which the fourth house kind of represents, like self-nurturing and taking care of those closest to you, and you're really finding yourself, right, spiritually. Maybe that's the case. And it's like you're paying a lot of attention to your family, to your inner circle of family and friends. It's not like the acquaintances, but it's like really close, and they depend on you a lot. And they depend on you to kind of your views of how you see things, because you're really a grounded person. I think you got like 6 planets that are aligned in Earth. And then on top of that, you are a master manifester because all 3 of your planets are Earth signs. So you have this ability. You're a very spiritual person. I almost would say that like you've been like that your whole life, and it's in your 4th house. So you're coming into this own of seeing your own roots. You have like this sense of not only your own security, but you're being a security for other people, and just you being in your own truth kind of makes people feel more safe. And I feel like they come to you a lot for answers, more of a grounded perspective than most people, because you kind of see it for what it is. You got a 28-degree cap alignment, which is super high in spirit. I would almost say that you yourself probably can do this yourself. Like, you talk to your guides regularly. You have a spiritual regiment. You're a very spiritual person, just by default. And then you have, and then your rising's pretty high too, also. So your rising's also in Virgo, which makes it so you're a people person. You like to help people. You generally are pretty good at it. I almost would say you're a perfectionist at it. You and Stacy kind of share similar attributes where it comes to this, because she's got all 3 Earth too, and I would almost say almost in the same alignment. So yeah, I almost would say when you're on it, you probably do this yourself. I almost would say you're that grounded and you're that sure that when you're seeing things, you have this capacity to kind of tap into this higher realm of existence. And a lot of people rely on your judgment to help kind of get them through. You're definitely a spiritual healer. Definitely. You got two degree. 2 of your planets are literally lined in a high degree range. I'd almost would say your discernment is really spot on with things, because that Virgo rising, you're very conscious of the details and very well organized. So yeah, this is screaming spiritual healer out to me. And having this alignment for yourself, you kind of have to be easy on yourself, because not everything's going to be aligned perfectly for you. And I know things you like to have in a certain way for you, but it's like you have to allow things to happen, and it's happening for a reason for you. So that's why you're getting all these messages. You're getting things from other people. You're meant to see things the way you're supposed to see it, because you are cut from a different cloth spiritually as a soul. Like, you have like all the attributes to be a leader, I would say. And right now you're focused on your family life. It's really, for you, a lot of it is nurturing your own environment, your safety net, and the people in your safety net. And that can be kind of damaging if people aren't aligned to the higher self, or aligned to their higher purpose like you are. But you bring that safety net for them. So that's why I feel like this is a time for you. Now, your moon's in your 8th house, so everything for you right now is mysterious and interesting. And I think anything that's like esoteric or deep, mysterious, it attracts you. You're attracted to, and you want to know more about. You want to get into, and this is where this is an important time for you, because what you discover now is going to kind of put you down your future, where you're going to be able to really step into your power and help people, because you make things make sense. You're really good at being tangible. Like, you study things, you figure it out, and then you kind of make things make sense. And I feel like once you get things, that's how things are going to go. You're really intuitive, and anything concerning life, death, mortality, esoteric knowledge, metaphysics, just the stuff that's not in mundane reality is gonna bar your attention right now. And that's where your moon sign's kind of putting into in Taurus, because Taurus moons, they need security. They're really centered in the material world. They have powerful emotions, and they're just secure, grounded people, but they need to make sure they have the surroundings and the things around them that has to be aligned. And so sometimes that might include having breaks, being able to go out in nature and recharge. So I think that once you start trusting in yourself, knowing the things that's happening for you is meant to happen for you because you're a very powerful soul. I think you're going to be right on line with the universe happens for you. You're going to be doing readings yourself. And if you're not already doing them, because you have that ability, you just, once you can tap into what your discernment is telling you, and your discernment is pretty spot on. So, I hope this helps you a little bit today.
Yeah, that did. Thank you.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and you have a lot of other things in your chart that's interesting too. I don't want to spend all day on it, but yeah, going in your chart, I would definitely say that yeah, there's some curious things, there's interesting things. Your Jupiter is very interesting. Your Mars is interesting. Everything's aligned for you right now to be in this place, for you to be this spiritual leader that you are, and just know that just trust the process of the universe because the universe got your back, and it always has since you were born.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So I pulled some what you need to know, what you need to grow, and what you need to let go. And I actually was getting that I needed to pull an oracle card for you too. And the one that they were telling me to pull was like, it's a really spiritual. It's one of my most spiritual oracle cards too. It's called the Sacred Rebels. So I'll go over that one too for you. So what you need to know is the Eight of Wands. And so the Eight of Wands is reminding you to trust in the journey and have faith in your abilities. The card symbolizes momentum, indicating that you are moving in the right direction towards your soul purpose. It encourages you to stay aligned with your highest intentions and stay focused on your goals. It's a powerful reminder to stay open to new experiences, opportunities, and possibilities, and to act quickly when they present themselves, because it's a swift movement. So that's exciting. Be confident and, trust the process. So, and what you need to grow is the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is just saying you need to grow in recognizing that you have the energy and putting into your goals and affirming that you are on the right path. So it's just kind of reasserting this Eight of Wands. So you just need to know to grow that, to affirm your affirmations. You've been putting a lot of hard work in. It's going to pay off. Just keep moving in the right forward with optimism and confidence. Know that the universe is going to support you in every step of the way, and celebrate your victories, no matter how small they are, and use them to fuel you to keep growing in your accomplishments. What you need to let go is the Tower. So the Tower, you might be experiencing maybe a time of resistance, a change in your life, possibly. It's urging you to let go of any fears and trust that changes is necessary for your growth and evolution. Life is about learning and anything that might be happening to you, and just to trust that process. It's an opportunity for you to examine your beliefs and patterns and see what's serving your highest good, and to embrace that. To release and let go of anything that's no longer serving you. Trust that the universe has a plan for you, and that change is usually necessary and beneficial to you. And then the oracle card I was getting, it's called Be the Hunter, Not the Hunted. It kind of reminds me of the whole hunter body thing, or the Q movement thing. But it's talking about that you're capable of seeing the truth, outsmarting old patterns, and responding more creatively to craft new and improve relationships. And you don't have to be drawn into dramas of others or the suffering of repetitive struggles, and you can become still and intent with a willingness to see the truth. In doing so, you'll be open to see and be shown another way through the inner wisdom. So I can send you a picture of this and more insights into this card too.
Yes, please. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was awesome. Yeah, big changes for you. I really see you stepping into a lot of your own power right now, and that's amazing. Amazing reading there.
Next, we have Vespertine.
Oh, Vespertine. Hi, Vespertine. I know who she is. She's awesome. How you
Hello.
doing?
Hello,
Hello.
everyone. Is
How are
that
you?
Brad?
Yeah,
Hello,
this
yes.
is me.
Hey, Brad.
How are
Nice to hear
you?
your voice. I'm hanging in there. It's taken
That's
me a long
awesome.
time to get here.
Oh, I bet. I bet. Man. Okay. That's awesome. Okay. Um, I just need your birthday, time you were born, and location, okay? And
Okay, my birthday is 3/10/68.
mm-hmm.
I think I was somewhere in the 8 a.m.
Okay.
and I was born in San Francisco, California.
Oh, awesome.
Hmm.
San Fran.
Thank
Okay.
you.
1 second. Let me look this up. Okay.
And then Vespertine, I do Reiki healing, spirit releasement, tarot card, and oracle card. Do you have anything that you would like?
Well, off the top of my head, I don't have any questions that I can't answer myself or get answers to myself. But I would love to see whatever it is you pull for me.
Okay. Would you like a no grow and let go like I did for Tamara too?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Sure will. And just for those that don't know, Reiki is a Japanese healing technique that focuses on stress reduction. It often will reduce and eliminate any anxieties that you have. If you're having pain, it often reduces and eliminates pain. It's very powerful. It works whether you're in person or remotely. So if you're interested, just let me know. I can do that while we're doing this tonight, or we can do a session later on.
Yeah. Awesome. Vespertine,
Well,
man.
the Reiki stuff I'm highly interested in. As long distance. I do suffer from a lot of arthritis pain.
Okay.
And the cold right now is making things worse. I'm having trouble sleeping. The radiating pain has gotten worse. And yeah, I've been trying to heal, these shadows of mine for a minute. I would most welcome any kind of Reiki or any kind of benefits that you can help with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Would you like me to do that instead of pulling cards then?
Sure.
Okay.
Make sure you drink, you get a cup of water and drink some water when she's doing it because it helps
Okay.
move the energy around too.
Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, so Vespertine, man, you know, I definitely looking at your chart. I knew coming in because I know you like you're definitely a powerful soul. Like just from what I'm seeing, what you post on here, I'm like, man, she's definitely something. And and this kind of verifies it looking at your chart because all three of your planets are your rising, your moon sign, and your sun sign are all in 20 plus degrees. So that's telling me that you were sent down here for a reason. You're definitely I would almost say earth angel status. Like there's a calling for you to be here. And everything about you, your whole aura is spiritual. Everything. Um even I would almost say even down to your first inner five planets. So it's like source talks to you through everything you do. And since your sun signs in your 12th house, like this is a major turning point for you, because a lot of the 12th house is about the concentration of your vital force, and your unifying forces to the cosmic awareness. So you're very much aware of what's happening outside and inside. But since you're intuitively aware, what happens is, the 12th house is all about introspect and secrets, and it's hard to share what you actually know. It's hard to get out in words to people. So a lot of the times you spend a lot of times by yourself, reflecting and experiencing these great things. And I say great because when you have it such a high alignment, and then you have it in your 12th house, it's like source God is showing you so much stuff that's like unbelievable. And I know this because I've had it myself. But like the stuff that you are seeing right now is getting ready for you for your next part of your journey, because when your sun sign goes into its first house in a couple of years, you're gonna be really stepping into your power. You're really gonna be able to help people at a wide clip, and you already kind of are this person already, because your risings in the rising is what we're stepping into, like that part of ourselves that we're stepping into more likely, and it's the mask that we wear. But since it's in Aries, that's Aries rising people. They're really outgoing. They're like head first. They like things to flow easily for them in life. They work hard. You have excellent drive. You're a person that kind of goes headstrong into things and reflects later. And that's how it should be, you know. You don't ask any questions, you just go in and you experience it. And since it's such in a high degree, it's like you're connecting to everything. I feel like you connect to the grass, the trees, the sun, the lights, the orbs, everything around you is talking to you. And it's because you have such a high spiritual alignment as a soul. You were meant to be here to experience this, to kind of put it into words around people around you, especially your family, because you're a natural nurturer. So people around you feel like you're like the mom of all moms, I would say. You're the nurturer. And your Cancer moon gives you that psychic. You're really psychic with all these alignments. Okay, so being that you are really psychic and sensitive to energies, you have to kind of, I guess, retreat every once in a while to kind of recharge your energy, because you are very, very psychic, to a point where it's, I wouldn't say it's scary, but because for you it's not scary, but for the average person that's not used to that kind of energy, they would be kind of freaked out, because it's like almost things are just falling in line all the time. The Cancer moons are really, they're nurturers. They have to feel like they're protected, but they have a problem of holding on to things in the past and letting go of the past. I don't see that as much with you because it's in such a high alignment, but because it's in its fourth house, it might have some kind of connection to that, because the fourth house in the moon sign is like the sensitivity to the home life and the way you care for those in that environment is key. And a lot of that has emotional residue to it that holds on to the past. So there might be some hard things letting go of some stuff from the home life if people aren't aligned to where you are spiritually. And most of the time, I feel like people with a high placement like this generally get people in line, because there's no choice. So everything that you do is very spiritual. So if they're not in that line, that mindset, then it's kind of like you force them to be. So I feel like that's the case. But because it's in your fourth house, it's like everybody in that inner circle has that emotional baggage and stuff, and that can kind of build up for you if you can't release it. So it's kind of like attending to that, releasing that energy, and getting everybody in home where they need to be in the mindset. And I feel like you're doing that, but it's kind of a battle for you. Since you are selecting just a very few people in this inner circle of yours, it's got to be, they're like handpicked, like right people that are all like the same vibration. And that's kind of like your security blanket. And the universe is kind of showing you this because you have this ability to kind of when you do step into your power, man, you're going to be on it because you have this, your Mercury is also in a high alignment, and your Venus. So everywhere you go, people are they notice you. Okay, it's like your aura, your light that you put out. It's like you can't put it out. So it's not like by chance people just want to come up and talk to you and just start a conversation with you and pick your brain. It's also because you exuberate a certain energy, and that's what I'm seeing here. It goes a lot deeper in here, and I could probably spend a longer time on here. But just to sum it up on this, you're very, very much a spiritual leader. There's a lot of other interesting stuff on your planets I would like to say, but I don't want to spend like an hour going through it. But I can tell you that you're definitely supposed to be here. You're definitely supposed to be in alignment with what you're doing and what you're seeing. And yeah, you're definitely talking to the angels. I definitely feel like everything that you're doing and showing, even the pictures you post on here, you're at the same level where I'm at. So, this is part of who you're becoming. And when you fully embrace it and step into it, you're gonna be a model, I think, spiritual role model for a lot of people. You already are. So keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. That's what I'm going to say. Because you were meant to step into this power that you have, and it's all aligned in your chart. Yeah.
That's very amazing. All that you said, you nailed it. And yeah, I resonate with all of that. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
So that's routine. Just make sure to drink some water. I did send you some Reiki healing, so hopefully you'll be feeling that here in a little bit if you haven't felt it already, and getting some relief. And if you're interested in a full session, just send me a message, and we can work on that for you. Okay?
Well, thank you. I appreciate your time too, and all that you guys do.
Oh,
Absolutely.
And I put a blessing on all of you. Thank you.
blessings to you. Yeah, and then guys, in the private sessions, I go really deep into all that. So we go through all your planets, all the aspects. I go through what the aspects mean, the degrees, why it is that way. Everything's kind of aligned. Like, it's just the thing. Like, when we decide to incarnate on here in this plane, we sign on the dotted line and then incarnate, and then everything after that kind of flows into it. Even the star that we're born under. The star that we're born under has a connection to our soul imprint, and actually, a lot of the times can connect to where we last incarnated from. So all that kind of we got to disclose in the private sessions, and that's why they're so long. They're like an hour and a half long because we sit there and I'm usually just talking to you, and we're doing the reading. So that's why it's usually long like that. But it's all in there, and I try to cram as much as I can in these free sessions, but it doesn't do justice what the private sessions do, because there's so much information. And then we go into the galactic side where it shows everything, where you incarnated from and all your soul connections and where you would probably be most likely a starseed from. And all the connections of why you get along with certain people. All that's aligned in our birth. And that's the stuff that they were hiding from us. It's the fact that how powerful astrology is. In both ways, Vedic and tropical, that it literally are blueprint to us. So just to put that out there.
Next, we have Mary Jean.
Mary Jean, hello.
Hi,
Hello.
Mary Jean. Mary
Hi,
Jean's
Stacy.
she's my good friend.
Oh, she's your friend? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mary Jean?
All right.
Any friend of
How are
Stacy
you?
is a friend of mine. Hello.
Hi. You needed my birth date and the time. It's
Yes, I do.
November 6th.
Okay.
Do you need the year?
Yeah.
1969.
Okay.
And I was born at 12:43 p.m.
Okay.
in New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh, New Orleans. Nice. I
Yep.
love New Orleans. Okay. Give me a second here, Mary Jean. Let me look up your alignments real quick. And
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome.
And Mary Jean, what would you like me to do tonight?
You could do some Reiki on my leg if you want to. My
All
knee,
right.
where I'm having arthritis at.
All
It's
right.
it's my right knee.
Okay, I sure will.
Okay.
I'm going to jump in real quick. I was rubbing the liquid ivermectin on my arthritis, and it actually went away.
That's awesome.
Anybody in the chat that wants a reading, raise your hand, because we have 2 more available people. Okay, I got the 2.
Okay. So yeah, Mary Jean. Yeah. First thing I comes to mind looking at your chart, right, is I always notice like the degrees and where everybody's sitting when they're born, and yeah, like you have a nice little mixture of everything. I almost see you as partially you're partially like empathic, like you have some abilities that are very interesting. I would say because a lot of your moon sign and your Mercury and your rising, well, your rising's in the middle, but your moon and your Mercury are very low. It's like 8 degrees. So you're very much of a physical healer and then also a mental healer as well. Like I almost believe like you're good at moving energy around. You're really good at reading people. You have a sun sign in 14 degrees, which makes you you have a really strong mind, somewhat psychic. In tune to a lot of things. You probably have a lot of vivid dreams. And since it's you're all about personal transformation, and you're good at group dynamics with people and stuff like that, but it's in your 9th house, which is interesting time for you because that's like your time is strongly invested in like creating yourself to like a more personal vision and philosophy, learning about higher consciousness, learning about these esoteric studies, and kind of putting them out there and abiding by them. So you're kind of willing right now to study all these different meanings of life and kind of seeing the vision and what these meanings mean. And it's a very important part because a lot of these teachings haven't really been discussed in normal society regularly. Like they've been kind of hidden. So the knowledge that you're learning right now and that you're putting out there is very important for people to kind of digest. And it's kind of like that connects to your discernment a lot because you're able to kind of apply that knowledge to what you physically see, and you don't miss much. You're really an observant person, almost to a point where it's like you can't fool you a lot. You can see the good people in people and bad, and it's that's a gift that you have, because both because the Libra moon loves to talk, and Libra's air moons like to kind of like they're really good at connecting with people intellectually. They're really refined. They like, and you kind of strive for balance and harmony. You do not like chaotic situations, and that you're really sensitive to that. So if it's a chaotic situation, you kind of will shy away from it, and it's also because not only because it's chaotic, because energetically you're feeling it, and you can kind of read people, you can kind of feel people's energy before it gets to that point. So since you are a Libra moon, you guys are really courteous and gracious and elegant, and things are they get a genuine emotional reaction from you when you talk to people. It's usually a genuine, it's heartfelt, and you can connect to people that way. But then you also have this ability to kind of connect to people psychically, and kind of see what's going on behind the scenes on a spiritual level. Being that your Mercury's in your ninth house and it's in 8 degrees, I almost feel like you can be a natural teacher. You kind of come off very passive and quiet, but you're very observant. Like you very much look at the details. You don't miss much. Your discernment comes off that way too, and you're really good at penetrating any kind of subject. And like when you do deliver the information, it's usually on point. 99% of the time. That's one of your gifts. And you can't, and also I feel like you can't go out to a lot of places because you feel so much energy with people, but people just come up to you anyway. You have a high Venus alignment, and it's in the planet of, it's in Venus is in Libra, which is that the planet for Venus, and the love planet. And you're just a really considerate, kind person, really young at heart. I feel like you're really graceful, and you're a good diplomat, a good judge of character, and people love your energy. Like, they just love being around you. Um, they like to pick your brain. I feel like you have strangers that come up to you, dark in the light, come up to you, and it's hard to be mad at you for anything, because you're just such a good person, and you got to get along with everyone. So that's an energy, that's a kind of gift that you have the ability to do, because not everybody can do that. Not everybody can hit a switch on and kind of get along with everybody, or I would say Jedi mind trick people to like them, and hit that switch. And you have that ability to do that. It's in your eighth house, so you're really um finding out what you value, what value for you and your Venus, your affection, your intimacy. I feel like anybody that's close to you is going to benefit from just being around your energy, and either materially or spiritually, because Venus does rule our finances. So if that person, whoever's close to you, is going to get pretty much the best of you in all aspects. And not only that, you're a real selfless person. You don't like to hold on to things. You're a giver. So because of that, that's why I said your Venus is one of your greatest qualities, because it's like your true aura of who you are as a soul. Like, and it's your lighthouse. I definitely would say that. Like, it's hard for people not to see your light, and that's partially why you're aware of it, and you kind of have to kind of retreat a lot of the times, because there's a lot of chaotic stuff happening in the world, and it's hard to kind of be yourself in this kind of world, but it's changing. Being who you are, I feel like you have this creative streak that you can just look at things and you can make it work. Like, Venus and Libras, they're really good at interior decorators. They're good at aesthetic things, making the environment pleasing to the eyes. And like, that's like one of your gifts. I almost say you could do this as a profession, as an interior designer, because you're that good. But you see the best in others before they see the best in themselves. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes so much sense. You kind of brought tears to my eyes, because I mean, that you just described my whole life without even knowing me. I mean, that's just crazy. And then you said that I have a connection to Venus, and that's really powerful, because the Venetians just telepathically talked to me
Mm-hmm.
about 2 weeks ago. They came to me.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
I found out that I may be a Venetian starseed.
Interesting. Which is also connected to the Pleiades, too. Venetians have a connection to the Alpha Centaurians, which is also
Yeah.
connected to the Pleiades. So you might have a connection with them, which makes it, when you do, people who generally have a connection with them in their galactic charts generally have their masters of the divine feminine parts of themselves. So they are very sensitive to energies. And yeah, they're probably talking to you, because Venus is one of your powerful planets. Like, that's like who you are, core, how you love people, how you love yourself. It radiates. And when people have high placements like you do, it's like a magnet. It's like a magnet, a light magnet. So yeah,
Thank
you're
you
very
so
powerful, I would
much.
say. Yes, no problem. Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, it was a great reading. Great reading for her. Yeah, it described her so much. Yeah, she's a great person.
Hmm.
Thank you. And
You're
Stacy, I
welcome.
feel better.
Awesome, Mary Jane.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
Next, we have Tammy.
Okay.
Hi, I know you did a reading on me before, but I was just wondering if you could do a reading on my daughter.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not here, so is it appropriate?
Yeah, it's appropriate. I'm recording this, so you can play it for her whenever. So this
Oh,
is being
that's great.
recorded. I'll post it on the wall when we're done with this. But yeah, sure. What's
Okay,
your daughter's birthday?
her birthday is October 31st, 1996, and
Mm-hmm.
her time of birth was 8:36 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
was born in Olean, New York.
Okay. How you spell that?
Olean, Olean.
Oh, E-A-N. Okay,
Yeah.
E-A-N. Okay. 1 second. Let me look this up.
Okay.
And Tammy, did you have anything that you would like? I do Reiki healing. If you would like to see if you have any attachments that need to be released, I can look at that for you.
I think that would be a good one. See if I have any attachments.
Okay, I can look at that for you. Okay, they are telling me that you do have some attachments, so I'm going to go through and figure out which ones you have so I can get rid of those, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Interesting. Mm. Okay. So yeah, your daughter's very interesting. She has a lot of physical healing alignments, and also she's very interesting because first of all, three of her first three planets are when they were usually in one sign like that. Those people generally have the ability to be very psychic and very powerful, and
Okay.
she's got a lot of water, so she's got a lot. She's very intuitive with people. Like she gets it. She knows the times when things are happening. She has like a sixth sense on picking stuff up like that, especially when she's around you. Because her sun signs in its fifth house. So she's stepping into who she is right now in a
Yeah.
really expressive, magnetic, creative way. She's really radiant, dynamic. I almost would say like she's stepping into her power. She's knowing more about herself, who she is, and she's being creative of who she is. I also say she likes to entertain people and be like the star of the
Yeah.
show kind of deal.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, in that way. Um, the way she expresses herself is a direct conduit of the energy that she's going in. And it's like she's learning she's affirming who she is, and she's got a gift to be able to read people very well. Like she's got, I would almost say she's got some mixture of some psychic abilities and some really empathic abilities. Basically, if she's around you, she can basically read you. And she's a natural nurturer. She's a good person. Like her emotional side, she cares. She's a caring person. She's stepping into that. That's in her first house. So everything her identity of who she is you're really seeing that now with her. she really cares about nature. She's protective over her family, and she's really coming into her psychic ability right now. Like it's homing in. Now she might not be aware of certain things, and she might need your guidance to kind of help her. But for the most part, she knows who she is right now. She knows her identity, what she can do. She's discovering it. She's got a strong imagination, and these things can affect her mood, especially being in the first house. Especially if she's not comfortable when she's doing things. Her mood is going to be really fluctuating because she's got a lot of water there. So she could be taking on energies that aren't aligned with her or near her. Like she could be an excellent transmitter of energy, because people who generally have this are like, they are transmuting energies from other people down the street from them because they're that powerful.
Okay.
So yeah, that could affect her mood. That's why her moods change, or she has these crazy mood swings, because she's super psychic, and she's definitely picking up energies and transmuting it. That's not hers and not yours. It might not even be in your family household. It might be next door. But like she has to be aware of that, because she's very sensitive to these energies. It can help her just to clear her mind, clear her space, connect back with nature every now and then, do something fun for herself, keep her mind off of things, not get so attached to people, because she is a people person by nature, because she has all this water there. So she's really, really caring with her people's needs. So she has to learn how to detach right now from some certain people that don't serve her best interests. But once she does that, I feel like that's going to be a step for her going forward. And she's a natural investigator. It's also in her 5th house, so she knows how to make. She's really good at doing things and seeing things with people beneath the surface of things. So her first instinct on things, she should trust it a lot more if she's not doing it already. But being it's in her 5th house, I feel like she's trusting it a lot more than she's ever has. And her ideas are great. The 5th house is all about creative ideas, stepping into your power as a leader, and expressing your ideas easily to others, and getting them to go with the ideas. So so they're really good at articulating and stepping on stage and be like, all right, guys, this is what we're going to do. And that's kind of how I see it. Like she can kind of share what she's seeing and experiencing to others a lot easier than she's ever has. And she's really good. This alignment can be really good with children. So, which I feel like she is. She's just really good with children, younger souls. She's just a gentle person. And this is who she makes up to be. Another thing that I'm just going to put out there is she does have a couple alignments that are almost at 0 degrees, and that would make her very empathic. Especially on how she does stuff, her actions, like her wanting to help people when she gets these spur of the moment things. It's like a feeling she gets, and it's because she intuitively knows the right time to do stuff. She's really good at that.
Yeah, she's always been attracted to the underdog, the kid at school that wasn't treated right. She'd make them her friend.
Yes.
She was always really good like that. And right now, as 28 years old, she doesn't take anybody's bullshit, and she calls you out on it if she hears it.
Yes, that's exactly how I see it. Because she's stepping into that power right now. She doesn't have the time to wait and let them be doing it. She's handling it herself. When it's in the 5th house is like, they're like the lion. They represent the lion aspect of ourselves, the leader aspect, and they're not going to hesitate to the underdog or somebody who's in the downtrodden. No, they're going to handle it right then and there. So I see her as definitely a physical healer, definitely psychic and empathic, definitely a leader, because she doesn't hold her tongue like how it used to be. Now she's stepping into her power. She knows who she is, and she's going right at it with the sword and the shield, and slicing the enemy up.
She would get in trouble with a teacher when she would tell it like it is and they didn't like it, but she was speaking the truth.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see her as. That exactly with that, and it's gonna work in her favor. I mean, she's very, like I said, she's got a couple aspects in her chart that show that she's very empathic, and she's gonna, especially in her action planet. So she's everything that she does. That's even when she gets angry, it's kind of like an intuitive thing for her calling that like she's doing the right thing. Like it's almost like God's like allowing her to be who she is, and it is for a reason when she's doing something. Um,
Yeah,
especially
I've seen
for
her
this.
confidence. Her confidence is really building in her right now. She's just stepping into her own and being who she's supposed to be right now. So that's good.
Yeah. She may be a bit of a perfectionist. She has to learn that not everyone is on the same page as her, and as hard as she works and as hard as she puts out energy. And she has to kind of, you know, not set the
Yeah,
bar and be so critical on herself. But other than that, I see, she's amazing. She does definitely is everything you're saying.
yeah, she will. She's critical of others a little bit too much, and I try to teach her to accept people for their faults. Don't
Yes,
judge them for their faults.
yes.
So that's a work
Well,
in
she can read
progress.
them too. That's why she sees it. She's like she sees their faults a lot more than their positives because of how sensitive she is and the energies and um
Yeah.
and having all this water, man. You tend to sympathize for the underdog, and then you might have a friend that sympathize with somebody, and then you see their faults, and then you want to judge them for that. So it's a learning thing too. Like when
Oh
you
yeah.
learn to not judge people, and you know that
Oh
when
yeah.
we get older, we learn to not judge everyone. Everyone has gone through certain aspects, and they're going through their own growing cycles. And
And she was born with Asperger's, and I always worried if she would ever go out on her own and be able to do things. And she's living in Jamestown with her friends, and she's having lots of fun. So
oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I see
yeah,
her stepping into her power right now. So she's really becoming who she's supposed to become, and that's amazing. It's good. It's good to know that you said that
that's
she's.
that's a wonderful, wonderful reading. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And Tammy, I did remove some attachments that you had. You had 3 earthbounds with you. Now, earthbounds are spirits that were confused at the time when they passed. They could have been angry. They could have not wanted to leave the loved ones that they had. But they were ready to move on now. They actually need it on the other side, and they can go and do their life review and actually help out and come back and assist much greater and have much more powers if they move on to the other side and then come back. Um,
Wow. I had,
yeah,
I had, did you say I had 3 earthbound
yes,
attachments?
you had 3 earthbounds with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you see who they would be, or was it from past lives?
Well, I'd have to check on that some more. So I usually just gonna ask. I go through the list and then I ask for numbers to know. You also had some NPCs around you.
Oh,
And I got around 10. So I don't know if you work in a public place, like it could be like a college or a place that has a lot more people in it.
not
Or
anymore. I'm been
okay,
retired a couple years, and I'm not around a lot of people now.
okay.
Maybe it's my family.
It could be your family. You could get them at the grocery store, right?
Yeah,
Going places like that too.
yeah.
And you need to have some dark energy, so you should be feeling much much lighter now, with
Okay.
those attachments being released from before you.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
so much.
welcome. You're welcome.
All right. This has been great, guys. Have a blessed night.
All right, Tammy. Awesome.
Next, we have Anne.
Okay.
And then we have one more after Anne. It would be Dennis's friend,
Oh, Dennis's friend. Okay. All right. Hello.
Steve.
Good evening.
Good evening. Can I get your birthday, time you were born, and location?
8/28,
Mm-hmm.
1963,
Mm-hmm.
in Pontiac, Michigan.
Okay. And what time were you born?
That I don't know.
Okay. All right. Let me see.
And Anne, I do Reiki healing, spirit releasement. I do tarot card reading and oracle card reading. Do you have anything that you would like?
I would like what you just did with the last lady, if you
Okay.
would,
A
please.
spirit releasement? Sure, I'll take a
Please.
deep one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, they're telling me you do have some attachments, so I'll be checking to see which ones you need and doing that while getting rid of those while he's doing your reading for you. Okay, Anne?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Ann. So yeah, just to put it out there, when we what I'm be able to get some parts of your reading, but what the time is definitely a crucial part because it won't as accurate as the readings can be. The time definitely affects the houses and degrees and some of the planetary alignments, but I can still give you something here. On your reading. So your sun sign's in Virgo. It's in 4 degrees. Now I'm not sure if this is the actual degrees, but that would tell me that really much in the empath. And you're very sensitive to energies, almost to a point where you feel a lot of things with a lot of people, especially now. So chaotic situations, environments will affect you. So a lot of people who generally have empathic signs in their sun sign are like hermits. They tend to not like to go out too much. They tend to be like safe in their own environment because but as a byproduct of that, you're really good at reading people. You're really good intuitively at picking things up and seeing things for what it is. So it's a trade-off of being an empath because empaths are very, very, very intuitive people. Now it's in your first house, it says here. So you kind of know that. Like you're stepping into your power, you're ambitious, you kind of help stimulate people around you, and it's a calling for you to kind of step into this power for yourself right now at this time, being it's in your first house. People who have it in their house are really they have high enthusiasm, good health, they perceive life as a challenge, they're really courageous, independent, they're good leaders. But you see all this and you're having these experiences at the same time. You're very much aware that you can pick up energies very well of people. So that's why it's like being an empath, they kind of limit themselves or they quarantine themselves because they know exactly what they're going to get, the end result. Now, a couple of your alignments are interesting. You have obviously you're here at this time to kind of dig beneath the surface because you have a Neptune and Scorpio, so you're very much a giving person. You give more than you will receive. You're definitely into anything that's mysterious, taboo. You're here to kind of bring that to the collective, and that's what you're doing now. I mean, it's meant for you to be at this time to take this information and to bring that kind of stuff out to the collective, and that's why you're researching and you are wanting to know about esoteric knowledge and the sciences and all these things because it's a calling for you to kind of do that. Being that you have a Neptune and a Scorpio, you want to know everything and how things go. And um, people here that generally have this placement are really fond of higher education. Um, they're really fond of learning and studying it and mastering it and using and applying it to a mystical union of life. So that's almost like a thing for you now. It's like if it's mundane stuff and regular stuff, ordinary stuff in life, it don't interest you at all. So it's got to be mysterious, taboo, I would almost say esoteric, to kind of merit your attention right now. And that's always been planned. That's always been planned for you, especially also your Pluto being in Virgo as well. Pluto being in Virgo for you, and it's in your first house. Okay. So you're basically transforming into this person that you're supposed to become. You are a powerful person, a powerful personality. I feel you have a really charismatic way about doing things, and people respect your opinion. And also, not only that, you have like this ability to, you have like this calling. I feel like you always been concerned about your health, and that's been a priority for you. And to the point where you have like a regimen. I don't think you go to do anything that's pharmaceutical wise. You're more of a homeopathic person. I feel like you generally have your own regimen of natural vitamins, whatever you take in the morning. You probably have an alignment assessment of crystals, and that's because it's been planned for you. And your whole thing has been in Virgo, which this is profound changes for that generation to kind of bring those things to the collective. So the things that you're doing naturally right now that we think that we're just doing because we do, no, it's been a calling for you to do that and to do it so that way others see you doing it and then they do it as well. And that's something that you've been doing your whole life. So people who generally have your placement are hyper aware of their bodies, and they're hyper aware of what's going on around them. I really see you as an empath, especially in how you can read people. Now, it says you have a Mercury in 1 degrees. I'm not sure because of the time difference, and I don't really like to read the Mercury too much when I don't have the time. But it also says it's in your first house. So if that's the case, then you're really intuitive and perceptive. And then on top of that, you're really much of a diplomatic speaker with terrific judgment on people. That's kind of how I see it with the Libra and Mercury's. You have this capacity to see all sides of all situations, and it might be hard for you to make a decision at times because you see all sides intuitively. Like it's almost like you can time travel and you know exactly what's going to happen before it happens. And that's why it would make it easier for you to kind of be a diplomatic speaker because you see both sides and you champion the underdog a lot more than the person that's generally wins all the time. But you because of that and having these perfectionist tendencies, things around you end up being aesthetically pleasing, like your environment, how you are, how you in your speech, everything is just a vibe in your whole setting. So that's part of your gift. It's just being able to do that. And your living space has to be orderly and clean and tidy for that to happen. If it's not and it's chaotic, it makes you chaotic. So I guess in a sense, Libra Mercury's, it benefits them to kind of not be too fussy, stay true to yourself and stay true to your decisions that you make, because usually the first thought you have is right. And if you have time to think about it long enough, then you will end up being in a hard place to make a decision. Does that make sense?
Totally. Spot on.
Okay.
Thank you.
But you were here to do it. You're very gifted. You're very intuitive, and I feel like when you're in the room with people, you're spot on with things because you can feel everything, and that's why you gotta have to retreat to your home base because of that.
Well, and it's hard to know, am I feeling it because of me or am I really feeling it?
Yeah.
A lot of times there's not anybody that's going to go, oh no, you're really feeling it. They're not going to tell you that.
Right. Yeah, it is hard to know a lot of the times, in that aspect. But
totally get that in. I feel that all the time too, because I'm like, why am I feeling this way? And it's not me, it's somebody else I'm feeling.
Right.
I totally get
That's the thing with me. I got to remind myself too that like sometimes I might have a great day and then I'll be feeling like I don't know really down, and I'm like, man, is this me feeling this way, or is this somebody next to me? And I'll have to, do some investigative work to find out if that's the case. But 9 times out of 10, usually it isn't you, because you're that much of a magnet of transmuting energy that most empaths do that anyway. Like they can feel energy from people miles away and don't even know it's them. So,
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you.
you're welcome. Thank you.
I'd like to dive in deeper sometime.
Yeah, please. I offer the deeper sessions go deeper into the chart and the galactic chart and your actual birthday chart, which highlights everything specifically for your birthday. And yeah, it's very interesting. Thank you for letting me do your reading.
No, thank you.
And Anne, when I was going through your stuff, I was showing that you had some negative thought forms, which a lot of people have that. So you just have to kind of catch yourself if you're having negative thoughts and just turn them around, say cancel clear, and do some affirmations for yourself. And that will help with it if you're having some negative thoughts about yourself. And those can also be coming from somebody else too, towards you, if you're not feeling that way. And you had some more earthbounds too. You had 10, and that could be because you're empathic and they see your light and they like that, and they're drawn to you because you're kind and empathic, and so they like people that are like that too. And so I cleared those off of you, so you should be feeling much lighter now without those earthbounds hanging around you and without the negative thought forms. So, but you can get the negative thoughts back if you just have to kind of watch that and just do some more affirmations for yourself. Okay.
Okay, thank you so much. No wonder I feel tired.
Yeah. They will drain your energy a little bit there.
For sure, if there's 10 of them. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, no problem. Empaths, we pick up a lot of spiritual residue a lot. So a lot of times we don't even know we're collecting all these earthbound spirits, and they think that they're getting a free ticket back to source with us, and they just hang around, and that they can affect our mood and everything else around us. So it's always good to get that clearing, that relief.
And they're ready to go now. They know it's time, and they're excited about going. So.
Oh, good. That's wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, we have Dennis and Steve, but it'll be for Steve.
It'll be for Steve? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And then, yeah, awesome. And if anybody wants a full private session, like I said, guys, I do offer private sessions on here. Just DM me, at DadBrad100, and we can set something up. They're very good. About an hour and a half long, but they're recorded, so you get a copy of it. But it's worth every penny. And Stacy also offers private sessions too for the removing of the attachments and the Reiki healing and tarot. So, okay, Steve and Dennis, what's up, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
Steve, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing all right. You? Doing all right, you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. What's your birthday, time of your born, and location?
Birthday 8/15/1963. Location as in where I was born.
Yeah.
Ironton, Ohio.
Okay.
12:44 a.m.
Okay. Give me 1 second, Steve. Let me look you up real quick. I didn't know you were Leo too. You and Dennis are both Leos?
Yes, we're born.
That's amazing. That's great. That's awesome.
4 days apart.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Leos are one of the most loyal signs in the zodiac. You guys are amazing. Okay, hold on a second. Let me look this up.
That's awesome. And Steve, I do Reiki healings and attachment releasements, tarot, oracle cards. So you have anything that would you like me to do for you tonight?
remove attachments.
Okay, I can check that for you. Okay, Steve, it does say you do have some attachments, so I'll be scanning through those to see which ones you have and then removing those while Brad does your reading for you, okay?
Okay. Yeah, Steve, man. First of all, brother, like I want to say you have some very powerful alignments in your chart. Everybody has powerful alignments, but your alignments are very powerful for you. You have your sun sign's in 21 degrees and it's in third house. So you're very much a spiritual person. You're definitely here for a reason. You see things. And not only that, you're an empath. You're definitely an empath. Your sun sign's in your third house. So it's all about like developing your intellect and communicating your ideas with others. You are super observant. Like you're discernment. You know things, you see things. A lot of times people don't see. You're really good at doing that. And you're constantly curious and you're learning new things and you like to exchange your ideas with people who will listen. Luckily, you got a person like Dennis there who's really good at listening. So, you have this ability to kind of be a good speaker and a writer. I think you have great observational skills, and you're very much like a scientist on how you do things. And you're constantly looking for information. The third house is like it wants to know about everything. It wants to do everything all at the same time. Sometimes at the same time, but you on your journey that's about discovering everything you could do about the world and then communicating your knowledge with everyone around you, and you kind of need intellectual stimulation to be challenged. If it's not intellectually stimulating your mind, you're not gonna be challenged. It's not gonna move you. So you kind of have to put yourself in situations or around people that can make you think or make you quick on your toes type of deal. But you have a talent for seeing the big picture, and you have a talent for seeing things that people don't see. And because you're very empathic, you have this Cancer moon at 0 degrees, and it's in your first house. You know exactly what I'm talking about because you're very emotionally sensitive to self-image projected onto the world. Like your identity in the world depends on your environment, and you reflect the environment around you. So if your environment's chaotic, you become chaotic. If your environment's serene, you're serene. So you're emotionally sensitive to that in that way. And you have really good vision, really good imagination with things, which is key to higher realms and key to seeing. And because you're an empath, it can make you a bit moody because you're constantly transmuting energies around people. Like you do not like being in crowds. You do not like being in large crowds and stuff like that. Like it affects you, your mood. But if the environment's serene, then you're an upbeat person. So it's very crucial for your environment to be at a place in a harmonious way for your well-being, because you are strictly an empath. You're so intuitive empath is that 0 degrees. So everything that you experience and see and feel is like directly coming from your gifts, and your gifts are spot on when you roll into things. This will make you very, very much in tune to people and psychically in tune. I almost feel like you recognize others that are not sensitive as you are, and you're capable of appreciating your receptive, intuitive qualities of who you are because you know who you are. So you already know people, like you have a feeling you know people that aren't caught up to your speed, and you recognize it, and you can kind of dial it back and not like show be that person. But at the same time, you're really gifted at what you can do, and you also have this sensitive, caring nature about you. You're really protective of your family. I feel like you're super psychic with this. Super psychic and intuitive. Because Cancer moons are already psychic, and then you have this intuitive streak, which you just like, you can feel when people are in a bad mood. It's like that for you. And that's interesting. Also, so also what I see here is you have a ascendant in 16 degrees Gemini, so you're very much an intellectual person. That's the person you're becoming. You're very intellectual. You like to talk. You like to talk about different things. You're very conscious of things going on, and you like to experience two sides of things. Either see, Gemini moons, Gemini risings, they're either engaging and they like to engage with things, or they're very flighty and they like to stand off. So it's like you're constantly fluctuating with these moods because you're constantly feeling different things, sometimes at the same time. So that's why some days you'll want to engage, and some days you're like, I don't know. But nothing escapes your attention with this, because you have such great discernment and observational skills that, like, you pick up everything, you see everything. Sometimes I almost would say you see things before it happens. So this will make you a good teacher, man. Having this ability, because you learn so much stuff, having this in your placement of a chart, that you can kind of, in your storehouse of information, that you can kind of deliver the information correctly to the right people at the right time, which makes a good teacher. And that's cool. People who generally have this placement can generally get easily bored, and they have tremendous intellectual and artistic possibilities. Like, they're really creative, they're really intellectual, really intuitive. I see that within you. You have to kind of control that self-discipline to keep you from being bored. But I feel like because of the energy shifts, that doesn't happen that much for you, because you're constantly engaging in all this new energy. So, but you're very creative, you're very artistic, and you're very much an empath. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, and you are psychic. So, usually what you say and what you probably perceive and see sometimes comes into fruition a lot of the time for you. Not all the time, but sometimes, most of the time.
Right.
That it's interesting. Yeah, I see that for you, my brother. Stacy, did you do the?
Give me one more second, okay?
Okay.
He got some boogers hanging out on him, don't he, Stacy?
Do what? What'd you say?
I think he got some nasties hanging out on him, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's why she's taking the time. Yeah, I feel like, brother, like, you have this ability, like, you learn from people, okay? That because you have a really strong self-esteem and personality. You have abundant energy about you. You're really confident, and you have a good luck at attracting material side of things in life to you, like whether it be money, whether it be items or material things. It just seems to find you, and you are naturally independent and freedom loving and very optimistic person. Since your Jupiter's in your 11th house, you learn from being around a bunch of people who are of like mind. So that's how you learn. You're an individual who works really well with groups and high-minded, strong, humanitarian people who have those kind of ideals, where it's service to others, not service to self. That's how you kind of really find yourself, and you become really inventive and original when you're around people that are like that. And that ability is the ability how you are able to motivate people, because your ideas come out of what you can actually do, and you're not shy of knowing them. Like, you're very optimistic, and you're very much a person that's definitely you're definitely a half full kind of cup guy and a half empty kind of cup. There's like you always see the grass is green on the other side, and you're always pushing forward, and that's something that's a gift. Not everybody can think like that and learn the way you do. So I guess being around people and seeing the possibilities of being able to help more people will help you be more expansive. And that's kind of where I almost see where Dennis is too, because he thinks like that. So that's perfect that he thinks like that, because that helps you. And you both kind of like feed off each other, and that's kind of amazing to have, because at this time it's hard to find some people that can kind of align with the same ideals and the same thought process as you do. So you're right on where you're supposed to be, my friend.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So
Okay. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Dennis.
What you say, Dennis?
So what's affecting his confidence?
What's affecting his confidence? Let's see. Well, there could be a few things
Could be his
happening right now.
attachments. Could be his
The
attachments.
attachments, yeah. The attachments for sure could definitely be affecting his confidence. I don't know how many attachments he's got, but if he's got more than 10, then yeah, that's definitely affecting it.
He's a lot of what you said. It's just he lacks the confidence in himself to let it come through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's keeping his light covered.
Yes, I get it, because you got to be careful, and he's very careful about doing that. That his Cancer moon. His Cancer moon is making him very, very, very careful, because he's picking up energies. He's very intuitive, so he's feeling things he's never felt before and experienced before, especially now because the Schumann resonance blowing up like it is, and we're all kind of seeing things now and experiencing things. So it's hard for him to kind of step into himself, and then on top of that, having the attachments that are keeping him down. So, yeah, I can see that.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Steve, I also got that you had negative thought forms, and again, many people have these. So, those could be coming from yourself or from someone else sending those to you. So, if you could listen to some affirmations, that could help you with those. But I released those for you. You had you had 2 earthbounds with you. And you also had some dark and demonic energy around you. So that would definitely be draining your energy and making you feel really bad and not feeling very good with the dark and demonic energy around you. So you should be feeling much, much, much lighter now.
Drink some water, Steve. If you get a chance, drink some water. It'll help with the attachment.
Matter of fact,
What'd you say, Steve?
I'm drinking water tonight. Matter of fact, I usually drink Kool-Aid.
I love it.
That's awesome. Good.
Lay off the Kool-Aid, Steve. And Dennis, when you guys get home, sage his ass.
Yep, sage him up, baby. Let us sage up his butt.
Man, you're welcome, brother. You're welcome, man. Yeah. Whenever we find out, a lot of empaths, right, have a tendency to have magnetic connections, and we tend to get a lot of earthbounds, a lot of attachments, because we are like a magnet for dark energy, narcissists, everything. Like, they love to prey off of our energy, because they feed off of our energy, truthfully. So that's why we have to kind of clear our space. When you're an empath, you have to clear your mind. You have to regularly do clearings, energetic clearings, because we kind of collect spiritual residue as we go along in life, because we're literally kind of like weeding through all this energy intuitively, without any I would say, angelic assistance.
Yeah, and they see you, and they want to have you on their team, and they want to bring you down as any way possible. And so you have to fight back any way you can with, salt baths, sage, whether you try to get, like help like from someone like me to try to get rid of them too. So just anything that you can do for yourself. And if you start feeling down, I mean, it could definitely be something like this, and not necessarily you that's feeling it. So
Okay.
100%.
So where do you think he got this demonic unity at?
Anywhere you can go to the grocery store and they just hanging out. They just walk into them.
Yeah, it could be from anywhere, really, Dennis, or it also could be from unhealed traumas, but mainly just like she said, anywhere. You can get them from just walking to the grocery store and being around a person who has those attachments on them. And since he has such strong empathic abilities, because he's moon signs in 0 degrees, he's really a magnet for that. Like, he has to be careful of where he goes, and he already is. I mean, being it's in his first house, he's hyper aware of where he is and who he is. He knows, who you are, and you know what you can do. But you just gotta be more observant on what's around you, because there's stuff happening around you a lot of the times that you probably aren't aware of. And these attachments love empath, especially somebody as powerful as Steve is.
Yeah, we're just like a beacon, and they see us, and it's just like they're just drawn to us. And they're just like, ooh, I want that. I want that energy from you. Yeah.
It says he's unaware, and JP and we're aware. Are they coming to him to get after us?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes.
He's not aware. Sometimes he's borderline of thinking we're crazy, but at the same time, he really knows we're not. You know what I mean?
I don't think he thinks we're crazy. I just think he's curious to know more information, and it helps him. It helps him greatly to be around people like being in the chat and being around like what you're doing. It helps him a lot, because he starts to see, because it's in his 11th house, he starts to see that like he isn't crazy and that he is experiencing similar things. But yeah, like he's very, very gifted at perceiving things. He's almost spot on all the time. So I would say, and he's very much psychically connected, because that Cancer moon, man, they're nurturers, they're natural protecting of the family and stuff. So it's not like he's trying to bring them into the house. Like, that's the part thing. He doesn't know this at all. He's unaware of that.
I mean, like, they see him as an avenue to get into us.
Yes.
Because he's not aware and he doesn't do study.
Right. Absolutely. You can protect yourself by setting up like doing gridding, get like crystal gridding on your house, like get some selenite and put it on the corners of your house, corners of your bed. I do crystal grids whenever I have a chance, do crystal gridding, and that will help a lot protect your energy in your house, other than saging, for long periods of time. And so that way when you guys come home, it won't affect you as much.
We have a rose quartz crystal grid set up on the property.
Oh, okay.
It's around all of our animals and us.
That's awesome.
So it covers 3 acres.
That's awesome. Yeah, rose quartz is a great amplifier for love and harmony and peace and beauty. Get yourself some selenite too. It's cheap. You can find it. Selenite is a really good stone for moving energy around and deflecting negativity and keeping it. It also cleanses all your other stones too. So selenite, or tourmaline, but definitely selenite.
Can't we get Mama Jen to send him some?
Yeah, Mama Jen has like a plethora of selenite. Maybe she can probably send you some.
Well, we got a good crystal place here in Lafayette. It's like a big almost warehouse where they do distribution of crystals.
Okay.
We really lucked out with that. I mean, you literally go in and you pick up and you pay for the crystals by weight.
Like, this is what it kind of looks like. Hold on.
So Dennis, what were you asking if JP what were you asking if he was bringing them in?
No, so me and JP are aware of who and what we are.
Yeah.
And Steve never really has been interested in knowing. That's the reason I've been wanting to really, for the last 4 weeks, getting where Brad can do a reading. And so now he's just kind of finding out he's just like us. But before that, JP's learned how to handle things whenever the spirits would come and visit him. And me, I do cord cutting and cleansing and stuff like that with my aura, but he doesn't do any of that. Now, he did wear crystals for a little while, then he stopped wearing them. So I'm just wondering if they're using him as a weakness to get in after us.
I'm getting a no.
Oh.
They're not using him. I mean, they could just get to you from any way, just walking around. They just use you. They see you as individuals, as beacons.
See, I think a lot of what's going on with his back and stuff, he went to a Catholic school. And his memories of school were not always fun, relevant. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He went to where the teachers actually pop your hands with a regular rod.
Yeah.
They were abusive. I appreciate it, Stacy.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, and if you guys want a private session, I do offer these private sessions. We go deeper into the chart. There's a lot of aspects in the chart that kind of tell what you're supposed to do, what you're doing here in this life, how you're doing things, what we're here to do. And then it goes more to the galactic part where it connects into your soul tribe, where you have these past life experiences, where you incarnated at, how many lifetimes you incarnated in, like all that stuff. And it's a good hour and a half session of information. And then I also send you home with a bunch of information as well to keep. So if anybody's interested in the private sessions, DM me. I posted it on the wall, and I can give you more information.
Thanks,
Brad. Also recorded too.
Yeah.
Right, Brad?
Yeah, it is recorded. I do record all the sessions, so that way you can keep a copy of it too.
So, Brad, I want to get to the point where we do a private session with me, him, and JP.
Okay. You tell me when you're ready, man, and we can do it.
We'll do it, brother. I appreciate you and Stacy. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Dennis. Oh.
I'm just glad he did it. Normally he won't.
You shocked? You shocked? Are you shocked that he did it?
I really am. I'm glad.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I mean, right now it's a great time more than ever to know. And, I believe he's curious. You're curious for doing yourself because of that. You got a couple other interesting stuff too, Steve, going on, which I would say it's interesting too, that I just, I can't get all to in this whole session, but I would definitely say that, you were meant to know this stuff right now. And this has been like this your whole life. You've been gifted. You are a really spiritual person. You see things differently than most people. And, it's a calling for you to kind of step into this power that you do have, because you do have a gift. And it's just a calling for you to do that.
Steve sounds like Trace Atkins. Come on, Steve, sing us a little tune.
People say that or Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott. Yeah. Yeah, he does. He has a radio voice.
For sure.
Really is not shocking the fact that you're just like me and JP. I mean, with all your nurturing, it makes sense that he put you as, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. I just wanted you to know. If I tell him, he kind of dismiss it. He hears it from somebody else, it has no motive behind it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. When you hear it from a complete stranger, it makes it a little bit easier to digest because this person has no idea, doesn't know you for anything. And, that's kind of how the universe works. it allows me to kind of tap into your Akashic records, because I kind of ask your higher self in the process of doing it, and then your higher self kind of shows me through your chart everything that I need to see. Sometimes it'll show me more than what I normally are doing looking at the chart, but 9 times out of 10 I see a lot of things.
And you can ask your higher self to remove these attachments. When you take a shower, turn the water to where it starts to get cold, and just feel the water go over and feel your aura being rinsed and cleaned, and let all the negative energy just flow down. You go down the drain, and then you pick it back up with all the water coming back from the ground. There's a magnetic in it.
Yes. A lot of it is envisioning it too. Like if you can envision that happening, then it happens. But you have to envision it, and you have to believe it that it's happening for it to happen. Because if you don't believe it, then it doesn't do any justice.
Right. So you have to manipulate it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes
exactly.
you just need a little extra help, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do need to go and get a spiritual cleansing, like a spiritual car wash from Stacy, and that does help. You know, that I need it all the time. Like, you know, we all get attachments, and we go through life, and they literally set our life up for it to be like a minefield for attachment for everyone. So like everything that we do, it triggers somebody, and everything that we do has something. And then they were, when I say they, the cabal or the powers that be, were literally taking all these earthbounds, and they were collecting them like rings and keeping them anchored into the planet. So there's all these earthbound spirits walking around here, attaching themselves to people. And that's why it was just so much negative aura for years, decades. So, that's changing now. So that's the cool part.
Right.
Where we at, Kathy?
Thank you.
You're welcome, Steve. Oh,
that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Okay. All right. So guys, yeah, we're gonna, if you guys want a private session with Stacy, please hit her up. She does Reiki. She does the attachment release, does tarot. I'm gonna try to showcase Stacy more, and maybe try to get Teresa up here, to do some stuff, because Stacy's tarot reading is A1. It's pretty good, and her attachment removal. So with her permission, we'll try to get her in here more, when she has free time during the week. If you want a session from her, please DM her, or you can hit me up if you have a hard time finding her. And if you want a private session from me, please DM me. I do offer all the 3 readings combined, or if you just want the natal chart reading separately or the galactic reading separately, I do offer that. And you will get a copy of the reading and a bunch of other information that I do have, that I will also send to you that will help guide through the process, because there's a lot of things going on right now. But learning about yourself is key, because once you know yourself, you're able to navigate a lot easier in this reality, and you'll learn that the universe doesn't lie. Everything's about design. So
did Stacy put her info on the wall? Her angel?
Stacy, put your website address on there on the wall. Like, put your link.
Cardinal Angels.
Yeah, the link in there. Not just the picture, but the link with the picture, maybe. But you can put the picture, but put the link in there, because people need something to click on to go physically see it. And then I'll share it out. And if you guys want a reading, please don't hesitate to hit me up. We'll do this again next Friday. And if you guys have or know anybody that wants a free reading done, tell them to come in here, or you can get their birthday information, and we can actually do a mini session for them. Oh, somebody's raising their hand here. Hello, Wim.
Hey, good day. I'm not from America. I'm from Belgium, but